following video is a no damage completion of Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Feel free to use any of the strategies, but listen to detailed commentary before trying them on your own. Warning: most of the cutscenes were added with video editing because of the usage of the cutscene skipper when recording the run. More details about this will be given later in the video and also in the description below. Hello everybody, this is a no save no damage run of Resident Evil 7 Biohazard on normal difficulty.
Hey baby! I just wanted to send a quick hello and I love you. Oh, good news! I'm gonna be coming home soon. Yay! Oh, I cannot wait to be done with this babysitting job and come home to my loving husband. I miss you. Oh, I gotta get back to work. I love you, Ethan. I miss you so much. I'm sending tons of kisses. Bye, baby.
Ethan. You were right. I did lie to you. I shouldn't have. All I can say is that if you get this, stay away.
Hello?
Hey, it's Ethan.
Oh, hey. You alright? You just disappeared the other night.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. It's Mia. She's not dead, she's alive. She's back.
They found her? How? What happened?
I don't know. Look, I don't know how, but she's back. She's back somehow. Maybe it's a prank, but she wants me to come and get her.
Where is she?
Dulvey, Louisiana.
Dude, it's been 3 years.
I know, but what if it is her? I have to find out what happened.
Alright, let's begin. So, first thing first, Resident Evil 7 has a lot of cutscenes, as maybe you notice. And unfortunately, the cutscenes in this game are unskippable. But I believe since 2022, late 2022 or early 2023, the speedrun community releases a PC cutscene skipper that skip a lot of the cutscenes. Not all of them, of course, but mostly the longest one, you know. But that PC cutscene skipper only works with the DirectX 12 version of the game, so the ray tracing version of the game. It doesn't work with the earliest version of the game. So I'm playing on that version, of course, and I'm using the PC cutscene skipper, and I add the cutscenes with video editing, as I said at the beginning of the video. But you can also find the run without cutscenes, watching the VOD of the Twitch on how the run was done live. Or I'm gonna upload the run without cutscenes to YouTube as well, as an unlisted video, if you are interested on only watching the run without cutscenes. But anyway, once we have control of it and we have to go to the guest house, just run forward right here, open this door. And this part is basically impossible to receive damage. It's only some kind of walking simulator. Do some stuff, rescue Mia, watch some dialogues, and also some cutscenes, things like that. I'm playing at 60 FPS. So in this game, just like Resident Evil 2 Remake, the axe, I don't know if it's the knife, but the axe deals more damage the higher your FPS is. And the axe will be a weapon that we're gonna use for the first boss encounter, that is Mia 1. But yeah, it's not too much. Like, lowering the FPS in this game allows you to clip through enemies, so you can pass through enemies very easily if you lower your FPS. And also pass through some specific entrances, like the entrance after the chimney that I just passed through. If you lower your FPS to 30, you will pass through that faster for some reason. But I'm not gonna change the FPS mid-game, because for all my no damage runs I never do that. I never change the FPS, I don't use auto bounce, and I don't use major glitches. So that's why I'm just gonna leave the game at 60 FPS. But anyway, right here there's an skip in order to avoid an stagger and a little cutscenes where one dead body appears from the water. So just move your camera to the right and start walking forward and pressing the left movement button where you go into the wall. And by doing that you will avoid completely the stagger from the body coming out from the water, you know. That stagger doesn't inflict damage, so it's only about saving some time that I do that. Pick up the bolt cutters and
Mia?
talk with Mia.
Mia. Oh, thank God I found you. It's me. It's Ethan.
Ethan? Ethan?
Are you alright?
You shouldn't be here.
What do you mean? You contacted me.
No, I wouldn't. Did I? Did anyone see you? Did he see you?
Hey, who else is here? What the hell's going on?
Daddy's coming. We need to go.
Daddy?
We need to go now!
So a bunch of dialogue, and you just have to follow Mia. But what I did in the inventory, so in this game, in Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, I don't know if it's the only game that works like that. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure. But I like the remake of Resident Evil 3 or Resident Evil 2. In the inventory, where you left your cursor is where the cursor will be all the time when you open the inventory again. So if you left it on a specific item that is not the first item in your inventory, the cursor will be there forever. So we use that a lot in terms of speedy things. So you want to use an item like really fast when we like as soon as we open the inventory, we want to use that item. There are some specific moments in this game that's very helpful and kind of mandatory, because there will be some enemies behind us. We cannot lose time like moving our cursor to the specific item to open a door. And I will mention that when we arrive there.
That message you sent me.
Not me. That wasn't me.
But you did.
I didn't.
Okay, fine. Just tell me what's going on.
I'm telling you everything that I know. We have to go this way.
But yeah, unlike Resident 2 Remake or Resident 3 Remake, the cursor will be always in the first item slot, right? In this game, it's not like that.
Are you sure you know where you're going?
You can choose where you want to leave the cursor.
Through here. I remember. There. It's there. This is it.
Alright, so right here we're just gonna pass through Mia's right side. We're gonna go right here, we're gonna examine these two dolls. And after we examine these two dolls, we're gonna stand up right in this wall. And the position right here is very specific. The speedrunners do it better, of course, because they know how to do it exactly. But it's basically standing up right here, and after Mia stop her dialogue, the cutscene where I think it's Jack. I don't know who kidnapped her, or maybe it's just she that destroyed the wall. I don't know. But what you want to achieve is that you can trigger that cutscene as soon as you can. Then what we want to do right here is go and just enter to the bathroom and then leave it. It's not necessary to fully enter, and that will trigger this other cutscene where Mia is climbing through the stairs. So all the damage that you receive here until the cutscene ends, it's forced. You cannot avoid this damage by any way. In normal difficulty, you will be like some kind of 400 per HP, so you won't be like very weak.
Mia, wait! Wait!
I can hear her. I can feel her clawing her way back inside of me. Get out! Leave me alone! I've been bad. I deserve this.
Alright, so all the damage was forced. There's no way to avoid it. But since this part of the game, all the damage that you receive is not forced, you can avoid it. So if you receive any kind of damage from now until Jack Garage boss fight, the no damage will be validated because the damage can be avoided. There is one specific damage that is unavoidable in Jack 1, so after that the whole game is completely fine, you know. So you trigger Mia, she stand up, she break the wall, you pick up the axe as soon as you can, like moving your camera to the right, and you get close to Mia and axe her one time, like just hit her one time. So the strat right here, it maybe looks very simple, but it's some kind of specific, because you have to position yourself correctly to Mia before hitting her. Otherwise, look at that wall that is on the right side of Mia, of the left side of Mia and right side of Ethan. If you are very close to that wall when you hit her and she grabs you and throws you again to the room, if you are very close to the wall before you hit her and when she grabs you, there's a little chance that she will throw you to the wall, and of course the wall will body block you and then she will hit you immediately because she won't throw you to the room, you know. In normal difficulty that doesn't happen very often because it's only like 6 or 7 hit axes that you have to make in order to trigger this cutscene where you completely defeat Mia. But keep in mind that, like, you have to position... What you want to achieve is position yourself in front of Mia, not on her right or on her left side. Unless Mia is a lot to the left side, then you want to position to her right side, you know. What you want to achieve is that Mia is always in the middle of the entrance of that room, not on the left side or to the right side, you know. Then you trigger the telephone call, and then you just go. You can pick up the axe if you want, it's not like mandatory. What you want to do right here is pick up the fuse and use the fuse, and then more cutscenes will trigger. There's one more boss fight with Mia, by the way.
It's okay, it's me. I know you didn't mean to hurt me.
You shouldn't have done that! It fucking hurts! Now, let's see what you feel. Inside jaw must contain outbreak. Gonna quit, I promise. Must burn it all down.
So we go upstairs to the attic. We lower these stairs and we go up, and then we're gonna find the first handgun of the game. I believe it's this. This is the M19, if I'm not wrong. So if your screen is with blood because you didn't pick up the heal before Mia 1, you can pick up that heal and just heal yourself, because the blood in the screen is kind of annoying, you know, so you want to avoid that. Then we try to climb up the ladder, then we go down, we go pick up the handgun bullets, and we stand up right in the entrance of the door, and we start shooting Mia from here. So Mia will always try to rush at you after she destroys the ladder, I'm sorry. So you want to shoot her in the head in order to stop her from rushing to you. Then after you shoot all the bullets, just go back to this place, wait until Mia destroys the door. She will always destroy the door, and unless she's very close to the door, and she will just rush to you. And then continue shooting her in the head. If you miss shots, it's okay, don't worry, because there are more bullets in the other room, not in this one, the one that is on the right side. And then just enter to this room, close the door, and wait Mia. Mia will always enter from the wall that is in front of Ethan right now, unless the door is open behind you, of course. And the same can happen with the first door. If you left the door open, or Mia is very close to the door, she can rush to you, and she won't like try to destroy the first door, or she won't teleport to this wall, you know. And then she will be dead. If by any chance you are out of ammunition, there's more ammunition right here, by the way. You can pick it up this before trigger Mia. The way you trigger Mia in this section is by trying to go up the ladder. So before that you can like pick up all the items if you want. So right here I'm trying to move around all the room, because by doing that you will trigger Jack appearance.
Don't you die on us now. You have work to do.
Where am I? What the hell?
Rise and shine, sleepyhead. It's time for supper.
Who are all you people? Where's Mia?
Eat it. It's good.
Dumb son bitch wasn't no good if it hit him.
Yes.
Man, not again. Get out the way, Marguerite. Hit boy's got to eat. He got to have his supper. Come here, boy. Let's do this. Come
Shit, oh shit, oh shit, he's not eating it, Jack! He's not eating it!
Shut the hell up, Marguerite!
I made that for him!
Get the hell out of here!
You're a son of a bitch! Oh, I can't believe it, you son of a bitch! He's not eating it! He's not eating it!
This was supposed to be a very special feast. Come on, boy.
God damn it! I'll bet it's that cop again.
Goddamn pigs! I'm coming back for you.
Right, so when we regain control of Ethan, we just move our chair to the left, then to the right, or vice versa. It's okay. Then we're gonna leave our inventory on the first slot, and like the second line, the first one. Then we're gonna go for Jack. We're gonna open the kitchen door before we encounter Jack. We're gonna quick turn. We're gonna keep Jack our back. He's gonna grab us, and we have to wait. So Jack in the hallway, it's very unpredictable. He can do two things when he grabs you and he makes you face him, you know. That doesn't count as damage, of course. But after he grabs you and he turns your face to him, you know, like make you quick turn. He can try to grab you again, or he can try to hit you. If he tries to grab you, you just have to hold the block button, and you'll avoid the grab just by doing that. But if he tries to hit you, you have to crouch as soon as he is about to hit, you know. You just crouch, then you stand up again and you continue running. Jack likes to teleport in this section of the hallway, so you will always hear him like running really fast behind you, and then he will grab you again. He will try to grab you when he makes you face him, you know, or he will try to hit you. So it's just about doing like react to those two things. And once you enter to the kitchen, you want to go to the table, to the dinner table. Just wait him on the side of the entrance of the dinner table of that specific room, and then he will always destroy the table when he enters to that specific part of the room. Then after that, you just go to the other room, you open the door, then you close it, then you crouch like I just did, and you hide from him. Once the music stops, that means that Jack is not following you anymore. On normal difficulty, there's a chance to just go directly to the hatch and open it and leave it without going to the dinner table, you know. But it's not very consistent, so I don't recommend doing that. But it's possible if you do it fast enough and you have a good RNG when Jack doesn't teleport, you know.
Hey, you gotta help me.
Hold on, back up. Now, sir, do you live here? I mean, is this your property?
What? Me? No. No.
All right. Now, we got several calls about some missing persons lately.
You don't understand. I gotta get out of here.
Now, calm down.
You're not listening to me. There are crazy people in this house trying to fucking kill me.
Well, all right. Let me tell you this. You don't exactly seem like you playing with a full deck yourself, all right?
Are you kidding me?
Look, like I said, we've had several missing persons calls. And I can't rule out that an outsider like yourself may not be involved.
All right. I'll tell you whatever you want.
All right. Now, that's more like it. Now, meet me in the garage. We'll talk there.
Hey, wait. You gotta give me your gun.
You must have lost your mind.
Look, officer.
Deputy.
Right. Deputy. Now, do you want to see my name in the obituaries? Or do you want to be a hero and save my life? A fucking pocket knife?
Here. Take it. That's all you're gonna get. Now go. Garage. Now.
What am I gonna do with a knife?
So to regain the knife, we just go here, we open this, and we play more cutscenes. So there's more things that can happen in Jack Hallway. I'm gonna explain that later.
We gotta get the fuck out of here.
Now, first, you need to tell me what you're doing out here alone in the middle of the night.
Me? What about you?
No, it's my job. Won't you do your job and tell me? Answer my questions.
You're not gonna believe me if I told you.
Try me. Hey, put that door back. Put that door back. Wait!
We start moving our camera to the left side. As soon as we regain control of it and we start running, we open this locker, then we turn to the right, we pick up the handgun, then we pick up the key of the car, and we can enter directly to the car depending where Jack is. If Jack's continuing hitting the floor, or he's just giving us his back, we can just enter directly to the car. If he's coming to us, do not enter to the car, because if he tries to destroy the shell that is on the left side of Ethan right now, he can hit you when you're entering to the car. So if that happens, just start going around the car until you have enough distance between you and Jack. So when Jack throws you away from the car and he enters and he tries to drive, as soon as he starts the engine of the car, shoot him 3 times. Then when the car starts moving, shoot him 2 times, and it will always make him crash into the wall and will trigger this cutscene. So these explosions, these 2 explosions counts as damage as well, and it's force damage. There's no way to avoid it. But this is the last force damage in the game until the end of the game. So since this part, if you receive damage and you can heal, I'm gonna heal right now because I'm gonna try to heal later in the game to show that I was not damaged for some staggers in the game. But since this point, if you can heal, like maybe there's some weird stagger or something happened that maybe you don't know if it counts as damage or not, you can try to heal. In this game, if you try to heal and the game doesn't allow you to heal, that means you are at full HP. So that's why I heal after that section, because that's the last force damage of the game, like the scripted damage you receive. The explosion is literally 3 HP damage that deals. It's very it's very low, but it's damage, so that's why I heal after that. But anyway, that's the strat for Jack in the garage. I believe the hardest part of that fight is knowing when to enter the car, depending on where Jack is standing up. Like I told, if he's coming to you when you are about to open the car, do not enter to the car. Just go around the car, wait until you have enough space between you and Jack, and then enter to the car. There's another strat baiting out attacks from Jack that Ether uses. I don't use that. I used to use that, but it's kinda... It's not hard, but it's very precise, and because after many resets, I just decided to make this other way. But anyway, as soon as you pick up the statue, Jack will appear in the bathroom. Just go around him, close the door of the bathroom, because that will slow him down, and it will give you enough time to go downstairs and use the statue. If the game doesn't allow you to use the statue, it means that Jack is still aggroing to you. If that happens, just crouch in the corner of the right side of this room. He will grab you, and you just have to do the same as the hallway. Wait for another grab or wait for an auto attack and crouch, and you know. He can even go out of bounds in this corner, like Jack can go to the other side of the room, like passing through the wall if he grabs you there. So you can use that to your advantage. Like you won't go out of bounds, he will go out of bounds there. It's very fun to watch. Maybe I can upload a video of that as a short, because it's very fun to watch. But anyway, I'm gonna pick up the powder on those little plates. We're gonna use the lockpick right here and open the chest and pick up the shotgun shells. Then we're gonna combine the powder with 10 handgun bullets. So I didn't explain this about the G17. So the G17 has 2 kinds of ammunition. It has the normal handgun ammunition and it has the enhanced handgun ammunition. So we're just gonna decapitate this molded enemy right here. This is the first molded enemy that I encountered. There's another one here. If you shoot them in the head, you're always gonna decapitate them, depending on your DA. And that's another thing I have to explain, but I think I don't have enough time right now. I'm gonna explain the DA later. So we're just gonna open the Travis lock. We're gonna wait here, we're gonna shoot him in the ankle, then another shoot in the ankle. When he falls down, we're gonna crouch, we're gonna equip the knife. After he jumps, we're gonna just knife him in the head, and it's 100% consistent to kill moldeds like that. For that specific blade molded, the hardest part is shoot him in the ankle the second time, because like he's stumbling, and sometimes you will miss the shot because of that. So right here I'm just gonna stand up right in this corner, and by standing up right in that corner, that molded will always try to go directly to you. This molded will always attack with his left arm, but because he doesn't have a left arm, he will always miss. So what I like to do is, as soon as I enter, I close the door, then I shoot him in the head one time with an enhanced ammunition, then I exchange to normal ammunition, and then I finish him with normal ammunition. Alright, so all this section passed very fast, but as when you kill the last molded that I killed, you have to aggro the other two molded to that specific hallway. And Ethan moves faster when he's strafing, like going to the left or to the right side, you know, unlike when he's going backwards. If you try to go backwards with Ethan, he's very slow, but if you try to go to the left side or to the right side, he's faster. But I'm gonna explain this right now. So Jack's second boss fight, we're gonna hold the right button so we can be on the side of this body. We're gonna kick the body, we're gonna stagger Jack, we're gonna shoot him 4 times in the head. He's gonna show his weak point, and we're gonna quick shot 4 times in his weak point. If you have 5 enhanced ammunition, you can one cycle Jack in this fight. But I missed one of the shots of the enhanced ammunition, so that's why I have 5 for the weak point. Then after you pick up the chainsaw, just exchange to the knife. And the strat is, it looks hard, but it's not very hard to perform, to be honest. What you have to do is you start knifing him, and when he's trying to hit you, you just crouch. But the timing is kind of precise. You don't have to crouch early, you have to crouch late. Because if you crouch early, the hitbox of the chainsaw of Jax will be on the bottom side, not on his top, you know. And even if you crouch, he will hit you. So the timing is kind of precise, just because of that. Like, crouch as soon as you hear the engine of Jack's chainsaw. On normal, the timing is a little slower because Jack is kind of slower. So the timing is the key for that fight. As soon as you hear the engine of the chainsaw, crouch, continue knifing, and repeat. If he staggers before showing his weak point, you have to get close to him. Do not get away from him, because if you get away from him, he gonna make other kind of auto attacks, and of course you won't be able to dodge them just crouching. The key is always being really close to him. And then for the second cycle after he destroyed the pillar, you just get close to him and repeat the same strat. Like, keep in front of him, keep close to him, continue knifing him. When he tried to hit you with his chainsaw, crouch, continue, and then repeat. Stand up, continue knifing, crouch when he tried to attack you, then continue knifing him, you know. So I'm just gonna keep up this Came Fluid and an herb, because I want to have 3 heals in my inventory, because this game works not exactly, but kind of exactly as Resident Evil 3 Remake. If you have 2 or 3 heals on your inventory, the boxes have more chance to drop you ammunition instead of heals, you know. So that's why we keep heals in our inventory. So after we pick up the Scorpion Key, we're just gonna leave this place, nothing to worry about. We're gonna reload our handgun, and we're just gonna continue. So by the way, I combine one strong chem fluid with powder. When you combine a strong chem fluid with powder, you have 10 enhanced ammunition. But if you combine just powder with 10 normal handgun ammunition, you just have 5 enhanced ammunition. That's how it works. So the G17 has those 2 kind of ammunition. And the enhanced ammunition, of course, is stronger and will always decapitate moldeds with just 1 shot, depending on your DA. So right now I'm gonna explain about the DA. This is gonna be kind of hard to explain, so maybe you watch my Resident Evil 3 Remake videos, or their Inferno difficulty, no save no damage video. I explain a lot about the DA. So the DA in Resident Evil in Resident Evil games are since Resident Evil 4 Classic. And the DA stands for difficulty adjustment. And it means that the game will be harder if you perform better in the game, you know. And if you perform worse, it will be easier. So in difficulties like normal, and not the hardest difficulty of the game, in most of the Resident Evil games, this example, this is Resident Evil 7 normal, the DA will fluctuate a lot. It won't be the same all the time unless you don't receive damage, of course. Unless if you receive damage, excuse me. Because if you receive damage, the DA will get lowered. But in Resident Evil 7 is kinda interesting, because the lower your DA is, the harder the game is, for some reason. So if your DA is lower, like it's not in the maxed amount. So right here I forget about the pendulums, and that's why I'm backtracking. You don't have to do that. You pick up the pendulum after we pick up the scorpion key and you open the door, and that gives you access to the living room, you know. But anyway, going back to the DA. So for some reason in Resident Evil 7, if your DA is lower than the max amount of normal difficulty, that I think is 800 or 900, 9,000, excuse me, or 8,000. If it's lower than that, for some reason in the hallway where I kill the mullets with one shot with the enhanced ammunition, the mullets won't die with just one shot. I don't know why it works like that, because it's supposed that the game should be easier if your DA is lower. But for some reason in Resident Evil 7 it doesn't work like that. And you will only notice that on normal difficulty, of course. In Madhouse that doesn't happen too much, because in Madhouse the DA is always at the highest amount, and I think it only lowers 1,000, not more, but in normal can lower like 3,000, something like that. So that's how it works in this game. So that's why maybe if you're trying or no save no damage run in this game.
You made it. You're the first I've ever seen make it this far.
So what is it you need me to do? Is it gonna help me get out of here?
Yes. Now listen carefully, Ethan. My family and our bodies are contaminated. I can't leave the property unless I get it out. And the same goes for Mia.
Is there a way to get it out?
We need the serum. It should clear whatever this stuff is out of the body. As long as you're not too far gone.
Alright, so where is it?
If I knew where one was, I'd already be long gone. But I have a feeling my mother has hidden some inside the old house somewhere.
So if we get this thing, I can help Mia and we can get out of here?
Right. And so can I. The old house is near the water. You can't miss it.
Alright.
I just hope you can handle my mother.
Your mother?
Be careful. They'll be looking for you.
The strats won't be always consistent in normal, and it's because of that. Because if you reset or you retry the game, the DA will get lowered. Or if you get damaged, the DA will get lowered, and the enemies will behave differently, and they will be stronger, or they will be weaker, you know, things like that. So it works very strange in Resident Evil 7, to be honest. In Madhouse, as I told you, is not a big deal, because in Madhouse it's always at the highest amount of the DA, it only fluctuates a little. So you won't even notice like the difference. But anyway, let's continue. So you have to shoot 9 times to the hype. Then we're gonna pick up the... We're gonna open the desk right there. I'm gonna pick up the item. Then we're gonna go right here and pick up the spider statue. So there's some very weird stuff with the beehives right here. When you destroy it with 9 bullets, just stop a little, don't try to rush and go directly, because there's some weird interaction when an invisible bee can hit you if you rush directly to the beehive for some reason. I don't know why that happens. I think it's because you rush directly and the game is still counting the beehive active when it's being destroyed, like the animation of the destroy animation, it's continuing. So it's something like that. So shotgun shells right there, there's some fuel right here, and we're just gonna continue. There are 2 ways to trigger Marguerite. The door that I just triggered her, and the door of the entrance before picking up the shotgun shells. It's better to trigger her in the door that I just triggered her, because by doing that you have all the free path on this section. The backpack will increase your inventory slots. I'm gonna pick up the first part of the flamethrower. I use the spider statue right here. So Marguerite can be around the corner right there, by the way. But don't worry about her. She would never come to this place. So, the flamethrower, it's a double-edged sword, unfortunately, because the flamethrower will be only useful for the Marguerite boss fight. And for some insects in the old house, if you want to retrieve some items like in the lockers or opening some doors if you want to. But not very useful if you're using my route. But after Marguerite, it won't be useful anymore. Like for anything. So I said it's a double-edged sword because as soon as you combine the two parts of the flamethrower, the boxes, there is a chance that the boxes will give you fuel, unfortunately. And that's not bueno, because you won't use the flamethrower anymore in the game, so having chance of the boxes dropping you fuel, it's bad. And I think I'm gonna have some fuel drops in the game after Marguerite. But the main reason I picked up and I will combine it before Marguerite boss fight is because the fight will be easier and more consistent with that. That's the main reason. You can pick up the grenade launcher after you pick up the crow key, but it's a lot of backtracking to the main house, so it's not worth it. Right, so we're just gonna slightly open this door and we're gonna crouch right in the entrance of the chimney right here. We're gonna combine the shotgun, we're gonna make some item arrangement. We're gonna leave one powder in our inventory because we're gonna pick up another strong chem fluid. We're gonna leave our cursor on the crank. As soon as Marguerite's entering into the other room, we're just gonna open this door. We're gonna go direct to here with handgun, with normal ammunition. We're gonna kill these 3 bugs. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna go directly to the crank. We're gonna use it as soon as we can, because there's another bug behind us. But that bug will de-aggro if you do this part fast enough, like you kill the 3 bugs and go directly to the crank and use it. So having the slot, the item slot, the cursor in the item slot of the crank is very, very important and necessary. That's what I mentioned at the beginning of the game. There are some sections in the game that you have to use the item immediately as soon as you open your inventory. That's why you have to leave the cursor on a specific item, and this is one of the parts that you have to do that. Before Jack 2, there's another part that you have to do that when you are luring to moldeds, and I didn't explain that very well, unfortunately. I will try to explain that later if we have some time. So if Marguerite's right here, just look to the floor, and by doing that she will never immediately aggro to you and throw you insects, but you have to continue running and just go directly to the stairs right in front of Ethan right now, because there's another 2 boxes behind Ethan. If you don't do this part like I just did, like everything fast enough, the box that are behind Ethan before triggering this cutscene will hit Ethan. But when this cutscene triggers, the books will despawn. It's about timing, it's about timing more than anything. So when this cutscene ends and you regain control of Ethan, just shoot Marguerite 2 times with the shotgun. Then equip the handgun and start shooting her with the enhanced ammunition. When she falls down, just equip your shotgun, then exchange to enhanced ammunition again and shoot her. Most of the time she will die with just 5 enhanced ammunition after the 2 shotgun shells. If you have very, very bad luck, she will fall down a second time before dying. If that happens, you have to use the shotgun and destroy the books that are in front of you. But yeah, Marguerite normal, it's not a big threat, to be honest. And there's a way to one cycle Marguerite that I'm gonna explain later.
Well, did you find a serum?
I just got done dealing with your mom and her fucking bugs. Wish you could have warned me.
Sorry about that. What about the serum?
I haven't found any, but I did find out we need to make one. A D-series head and an arm. This can't be right.
A head? I think I have that around here somewhere.
You do?
I don't know about the arm, though. Have you searched the whole house?
No, not yet. I still need to check the 2nd floor here.
Alright. Check it out. Meet me at the trailer if you find it.
Right, let's continue. So, there's a chance to one cycle Marguerite in that boss fight. or that first encounter with Marguerite. But by the way, right here you just have to wait for the cursor appear. The cursor appear, and you just can like quick turn and go directly to the hole where Marguerite is. It's mandatory to do that, because if you don't do that, there will be like the mold liquid right there, and you won't be able to fall down. Well, you are able to fall down, but you will receive damage, and the lantern won't appear. Marguerite won't transition to her phase 2. But anyway, there's one cycle of Marguerite in the first encounter is about shooting her 2 times with the shotgun, and then quick shot 5 times with the enhanced ammunition, and you can kill her with one cycle before she falls down, like I just did. But the shots are very precise, and you don't have to shoot her. I think you have to shoot her in very specific parts of her body in order to not make her fall down after the second shot and shell, when you're shooting her with the enhanced ammunition. But yeah, so we pick up the strong chem fluid, and that's why we leave this gunpowder. But right there I just changed my mind, and I just leave the strong chem fluid, because I'm gonna combine the strong chem fluid with I believe with the fuel to make flame rounds. But anyway, we're gonna run to the stairs, and as soon as we hear Marguerite destroying the window, we're just gonna go backwards, but pressing the left D-pad button, or pressing the left directional button. Otherwise, you will go slow backwards, and Marguerite will grab you. Alright, so this part is going very fast. I'm gonna try to explain as best as I can, but try to repeat what I do. When you are throwing the flame right here when she's in the floor, try to take some space between you and Marguerite, like a very long space. Otherwise, Marguerite's hand can hit you, because it has a very long range. The hitbox of Marguerite right there. But you can cheese her right here, like making her appear right here. You make her fall down with one shot in the head, and you shoot her 2 times in her weak point. Then she comes to you. If she doesn't scream, she will jump to you, but in normal that doesn't happen very often. Then you make her fall down when she's climbing to the wall, and then you start throwing the flame. So on the second time you do this, do not follow her. Just go up the stairs, reload all your weapons, then wait right here. Most of the time Marguerite will appear on the left side of Ethan right now, behind him or in front of Ethan, and that entrance that is in front of Ethan. She appears on the left side. So shoot her 1 time with the handgun to make her fall down, then shoot her in her weak point with the shotgun, then get close to her again, shoot her with the shotgun again. Right here it's a very... So when you make her stagger, Marguerite will jump again to a window or to entrance to teleport to other part of this section. Have all your weapons reloaded, wait with the handgun, and you have to... Like, the sound is your best friend right here. So right now, I think I don't know where is Marguerite. Yeah, I know where is she. There are some specific places where Marguerite can appear. I'm gonna explain that later. So make her fall down with the handgun bullet, then shoot her with the shotgun. And I'm just gonna finish her with the flame right here. She's dead. But alright, there's a lot of things to talk about Marguerite. And let's start from the beginning. So when you're going up the stairs at the beginning of the boss fight, she appears from the window, right? You have to go until the second, like that second pillar on the stairs. And as soon as you get there, you have to go backwards with the left movement button instead of the back movement button, you know, because if you try to go backwards with the back movement button, you will go slower. But if you go to the left side, like moving your camera to the left and pressing the left directional button, it will be faster. Marguerite won't grab you, and you just shoot her with 2 times with the shotgun, and then try to make 3 or 5 enhanced ammunition quick shots if you can. Then after that, go to the barrels, because if you stand up in the barrels that I just stand up at the beginning of the fight, Marguerite will appear above you, and that's a cheese because she won't hit you from there. Like, she will just wait. You can reload all your weapons there. You're gonna shoot her 1 time in the head with the shotgun. She will fall down, then you're gonna run forward. You're gonna stand up right in front of Marguerite, and when she fully stand up, you're gonna shoot her in her weak point 2 times with the shotgun. She's gonna scream, she's gonna stagger, and then you go to the other side of the stairs. Like, I just wait. You wait for her until she climbs to the wall, and then you shoot her when she's climbing to the wall to make her fall down, and then you start using the flamethrower. Always taking the space between you and Marguerite because her hands has a very long range, so be careful about that. And it depends how the body fall down to the floor. Like if his head is in front of you, you have to take more space. If his head is on the other side and she's facing you with her legs, then you can just use the flamethrower a little closer, and then repeat the same. Then the second time you repeat the same strat, she won't appear in the ceiling above the barrels, so you cannot use the same strat like the cheese. You have to go upstairs and wait for her. Like use the sound. The sound will be your best friend. And there's a lot of places where Marguerite can appear in normal difficulty, and it's more about it and position that will depend where Marguerite will appear. So it's like depending where you stand up when Marguerite teleports, it will depend where she will teleport again and start creating a beehive. So the sound will be your best friend. I think there's like 5 or 8 places where Marguerite can appear. Let me remind you. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's like 7 or 8 places that she can appear when she's teleporting. But then after that, it's just shooting her one time with the handgun and start shooting her with the shotgun. Let's continue with this first. As soon as this molded enemy stops her screaming animation, you have to shoot him in the head. Because if you shoot that molded before the screaming animation ends, you won't inflict him damage, and the molded will attack you, of course. So you will always have to wait until the scream animation ends. Then for this blade molded, you shoot him in the chest, and you will always tire him, and you can just continue. So there are plenty of enemies in this game that if they don't fully spawn, you won't inflict them damage. Like they will have iframes. That molded is one of them. The 4-leg moldeds are more annoying with that because they have to completely spawn and completely end the animation of spawning before you can start inflict them damage. I'm gonna explain that later. Going back to Marguerite, there are like 8 places where she can teleport after the second part of the strat I just did. And it's the thing that you have to take more into consideration, and it's take space between you and Marguerite, because Marguerite like to ignore the hitboxes of the structures. Like if you're standing up behind a corner and you will think that you are safe there, you are not safe, because for some reason Marguerite ignores the hitboxes of the structures and she will jump and she will hit you. So try to shoot her 2 times with the shotgun, because you only have 2 shells in the shotgun, and then get a lot of space between you and Marguerite and start reloading shotgun and just continue. It's a strat. If she teleports again, just wait in the same place that I just wait and use the sound. But yeah, so going back to the main house, before we go back to the main house, we have to go to the trailer, not to use the item box, because by going to the trailer, we're gonna trigger a phone call with Lucas. It's not mandatory to pick up the phone, but it's mandatory to trigger the phone call. But because I entered to the trailer, I just used that time to make some item management. I literally leave the flamethrower, the knife, and I think a fuel and the spider key and maybe another stuff to make some space and have enough space to pick up all the items in my house. Because the second visit to the main house is about picking up items and deal with some enemies. And there's a lot of items that you're gonna pick up. So we're gonna go back to the basement, just follow this route, because if you follow another route, enemies will spawn in other places, even more on the way back to the main hall. So as soon as you enter to this room and you pass through this specific part of these stairs, one enemy will start spawning, one 4-leg molded. Stand up right here, wait with the shotgun, and as soon as the animation of spawning and landing of the 4-leg molded, you can shoot him in the head. If you shoot early, you won't inflict him damage, and sometimes you won't even stagger the 4-leg molded, and he will jump immediately to you, and because of the recoil of the shotgun, you will get hit. If you are not very comfortable with shooting him in the head, just shoot him in the body. You will stagger him, and then he will fall down, and you can shoot him in the head after that. But waiting for the full landing animation of the 4-leg molded is very important in order to deal him damage and in order to stagger him. So right here is another part that you have to use the item immediately and open the door and just continue. Otherwise the mold that is behind you will hit you. That's why I leave the cursor in the snake key before leaving the morgue room, like where the policeman was dead. So right here the four-leg mold will appear on the left side in normal difficulty. So I just like to wait him in the entrance of the door and just shoot him in the head or in the body if you are not very comfortable. Because if you shoot the four-leg mold in the body, he will stagger and he fall down. Like he will make a quick flip and he fall down to the floor, and you can just like focus shot in his head and kill him with the second shot and shell. And for that blade molded, just shoot him in the chest. The moldeds will always be staggered with just one shot in the chest with the shotgun. So there are two shotguns in this game, the M21, that is the one that we have, and the M37. The M37 sucks. That's the only thing you need to know. The M37 has, I think, 6 shotgun shell slots, or 4. Like, it has more, because the M21 that we have, we only have 2. But it's not powerful. Like, you won't stagger enemies with it. You won't inflict them the same damage as you inflict with the M21. So the M21 is the best shotgun in this game. It only has 2 shotgun slots. That's the worst part of it, but it's the most powerful one. That's why we never pick up the M37. So I just make some puzzles right here, nothing very important. Like, nothing very complex, excuse me, no, it's very important. It's, it's important, but not complex. I'm just gonna open this, those little thingies, because sometimes you can pick up shotgun shells right there, but I have fuel, as I told you. When you have the flamethrower, even if it's in your right box, there's a chance that the game will throw you fuel in random pickups, you know, because most of the time there you will have again ammunition or shotgun shells, you know. And of course it works like Resident Evil 2 Remake, because the less ammunition that you have is the one that it will give you the most, or you have more chance to find in the drops. So right here we're gonna equip the shotgun. I'm gonna shoot this blade molded in the chest. I'm gonna continue running and shoot this other blade molded in the chest. I'm just gonna continue. As you can see, shooting the moldeds in the chest, it's very consistent and you don't have to worry about them. And for places that you have to just leap and do not have to go backwards again, just do that. Alright, so on the DirectX 12 version of this game, this 4-leg molded is patrolling, like going in circles. In the not ray tracing version of this game, that molded enemy is not doing that. So right here, this is a very Monk-esque moment, because as you can see, if you don't wait for the full spawn animation of the 4-leg molded, you won't inflict them damage. They sometimes can go sidestep like Nemesis, and of course they will dodge your shots. And right there I have to use a 1 flame fuel or 1 flame round to kill him, because otherwise he will jump to me and I won't be dead, but I will get damage.
Ethan. Hold on. I got something for you. Looky what I've got. You know what this is for? You know what Zoe wants to do with this? She thinks this thing is special. No, Ethan. That ain't special. This right here is special. You see, Ethan, not everybody wants to turn back the clock. What? Eveline? I'm just trying to show him. Not everybody wants to go back to how things were. Those are stupid. bitch! She doesn't understand that I don't want to go back to how things were before my father found y'all. Now everybody wants to turn back the clock. So Ethan, Ethan, you can crawl around underneath that filthy, rotten house all you want looking for them ingredients, but you ain't gonna find a goddamn thing, Ethan. You'll need that serum? Ooh, baby. You're gonna have to come through me. You hear? Now come on, Ethan. What do you say?
So right here, because of the PC cutscene skipper, you will watch the subtitles of Lucas, like if you were watching the TV. It's a book of the PC cutscene skipper. It's like you are leaving Lucas talking to himself in the TV. Even though I add the TV cutscene with video editing. But anyway, for the second leg model, it's very important that you wait for the full spawn animation before you start shooting. Otherwise, what happened to me, that can happen to you. I'm just gonna pick up the fuel right there, because by picking up the fuel that the boxes give you, you will decrease the chance of the game giving you more fuel. The explosives that I destroy are the ones that are very important in order to not get damaged by them and not dodge very difficult ones.
Why don't you try 0814? No! 0621. No, it's 0514. Oh, come on. Take a chance, you never know. Tick, top, tick, top, tick.
Right here, I'm gonna just move my grenade launcher to the number 4, because that's the number I like to have the grenade launcher. It's the one that I'm more used to. That's up to preference, you know. It's not like mandatory to have it in number 4. You can have it in number 1, 2, 3, whatever. It's up to preferences. So right here, as soon as you pass this part, one 4-leg molded is behind you, so you have to do this part very, very fast. There's one blade molded crawling right here. Shoot him in the head. After you kill him, shoot this one in the chest, pick up the powder, and just continue running here, go upstairs, and then fall down to the other side of this room, of this farm. Because the 4-leg molded is continuing following you, by the way, so do not stop by anything. If you want to make this section on the safest way, kill the 4-leg molded that is following you before you trigger the blade molded that is crawling. And by doing that, you can do that part a little slower and on the safest way, you know. So on normal difficulty, after you... So, by the way, this doesn't count as damage. After you use the battery and you go to the... in front of the elevator, there's only one fat molded that will appear, that will spawn. So you want to have enhanced ammunition on your handgun and the shotgun completely reloaded. As soon as the door opens, go to the left side, because the fat molded will always vomit. When the vomit animation ends, get close to him and wait for him to try to attack you. When he's trying to attacking you, just shoot him in the head. It's very important that you wait for that animation where he tries to attack you or vomit, because if you shoot before that, you won't stagger him. But if you shoot right when he's doing that, you will always stagger him. So that's why we always wait for that animation. Like, you shoot him one time, then reload when he's staggered, and then repeat that 2 more times with the shotgun, and then after the 3rd shotgun shell, just exchange to enhance ammunition with the handgun and just continue shooting him in the head, and you will kill him. So the fat molded has a lot of attack animations, but the most annoying ones are the ones that he vomits, because he can vomit and he can start running while vomiting, and the hitbox of that, it's like 360-degree hitbox, and it's very annoying, not good to deal with it, and for another much run you will get hit almost all the time. So that's why we always stagger him. And when he dies, his body explodes, and the explosion of his body inflicts damage if you are close, and also the explosion of his head inflicts damage if you are close enough. So when you are using the enhanced ammunition with the handgun, when you are about to end him, when you are about to finish him, like Mortal Kombat, do not get close to him. Like, takes space between you and him because explosion of the head can inflict damage, by the way. So the combination for this is 14A08. And yeah. Alright, so Lucas section, it's like you cannot get damage. I think. Yeah, you cannot get damage. Well, I think there's one way to get damage, but that is if you don't know what you have to do. So it's always the same. It's the same pattern, the same route. It's always the same stuff they have to do in the same order. This is the fastest way to do it. There's something to take into consideration in order to avoid some staggers. Well, one stagger specifically and do it faster. I'm gonna explain that when we arrive there, but yeah, not much to explain, by the way. I think this is a good place to explain about before Jack 2 boss fight, the two molds that I just lure. Because it's a very specific strat and it will only work the same way as it works for me if you do it correctly. So when you are luring the two moldeds in the engine room, you have to wait until the two moldeds are on the same hallway before they start running. Because in this game, the enemies will read your inputs. So the moldeds will start rushing to you if you start running, but if you are just walking, they only will walk or they will be slower. So it's very important that you lure them in the same hallway and then start running and go to the door and open immediately. That's why we leave the cursor and the key specifically in the inventory. That part passed very, very fast, and I was explaining other stuff when I passed through those specific parts. But watch it again and just do it as I did. And if you have any questions, just leave it in the comments below or contact me on Discord or any other social. I'm gonna help you. So by the way, this stagger of the explosion of the cake doesn't inflict damage. Like I told you, there's no force damage in the game until the end of the game. So we're gonna stand up right here, we're gonna pick up the dynamite, and we're just gonna put it in this hole. So we're just gonna stand up right on the side of the hole. And if you stand up in the front of the hole, the explosion will stagger Ethan, but won't inflict him damage, excuse me. But you stand up on the side of the hole, you won't get a stagger and you just can start running immediately as soon as the explosion appears.
Finally.
So after Lucas section, you're just gonna pick up everything: the knife, the handgun, the shotgun, not the flamethrower, the grenade launcher, and all the ammunition. Of course, do not pick up the New Game Plus items because that will invalidate the New Game run. This is not a New Game Plus run, by the way. It's only a new game. And also pick up the crank and the hand, and you already have the head. The head is the part that you just pick up before entering to the item box. So go to the bridges with normal handgun ammunition, but you need enhanced ammunition after you use the crank the second time when you raise the second bridge. Or the second, yeah, it's bridge, the second bridge. This is the bridges section of the game, by the way. So I'm just gonna open this box with a normal handgun ammunition, and then I'm gonna exchange to enhanced ammunition. So I think this is the best part to watch how 4-leg molded spawn completely. He's gonna jump, he's gonna land, he's gonna turn to in front of us, and that's when you have to shoot, not before. Because if you shoot before, you won't inflict him damage. Like he have to turn to you, and just about when he starts running or jump, that's when you have to shoot, and that's when he can receive damage. Not before that, because when he's landing like this, you won't inflict damage, as you can see. I shoot a little before the full landing animation, that's why the second 4-leg molded wasn't killed with just one shot in the head with the shotgun. Then the second molded, the normal molded, just shoot him in the chest because not necessary to kill him. I didn't explain about how cancel the reload animation in this game. You can cancel the reload animation in this game just by pressing the block button. Like, you can reload only one shell of your shotgun, then press the block button and we'll cancel the second shell reloading. In some parts it's very useful, like in that part, because the mullet is in our face and there are 2 mullets behind us. So you can cancel the full, and also you can cancel the full reload animation, like, because when Ethan is reloading the shotgun with the 2 shells, after he put the second shell, he gonna like close the shotgun and then put it to aiming, right? You can cancel that closing shotgun and put it to aiming just by pressing the block button. And you can do that with all the weapons, like the full reload animation, you can cancel it with the block button. As soon as you see the green number on your HUD, that means that your weapon is already reloaded and you can cancel it with the block button.
Hey, one of those is mine.
Alright, so Jack 3, as soon as you regain control of Ethan, start moving your camera to the right and start running forward. Just continue running, fall down, destroy this box with a normal handgun ammunition, start climbing to the ladder. Jack will never hit you, by the way, if you do it like this very fast, and like do not waste any time. Then destroy this box, pick up all the items right here, and then just exchange to the flamethrower. If Jack is below you, just shoot him 1 time with the flame round. Then this is the cheese. So this cheese is from Ether, by the way, but my good friend Bacheras teach me, but the strat is from Ether. It's a cheese where you can loop Jack infinitely. If you stand up in the middle of the bridges right here, Jack will always climb and he will try to attack you because you are close to him. So you just take space between you and Jack, and then after he attacks you just get close to him again and you can repeat the loop over and over again. But you cannot, maybe you wonder and you said, but Ares, why you just don't go and get far away from him and just continue shooting from there? It's because Jack has a vomit attack if you are away from him. So that's why after he attacks we get close to him and repeat. Because by doing this we will avoid the vomit attack that he has. So this loop is infinite. You can loop it infinitely if you want, as I told you. But there's one part of the fight that you have to fall down because there's ice on his stomach and there's ice below his tail. And the eye that is below his tail, you cannot shoot him from here because it's on the water right now. So you are forced to fall down for that. So for all the eyes that are on his stomach, the ones that is on his back, the eyes that is on his arms, and the eye that is on his head, you can destroy it from here. Jack has 8 eyes in this boss fight, by the way. It's 2 on the arms, 1 in the head, 1 in the back, 2 in the stomach, and 1 in the tail. Like 2 in the tail, excuse me. 1 in the back of the tail, 1 in below the tail, you know. So after you destroy all the eyes in the arms and in the head and in the stomach from here, because that's why I use the flame rounds. So the main reason at the beginning of the fight I start throwing flame rounds in his body without aiming, because maybe you're wondering, but you are not even aiming to the eyes. It's because when you throw a flame round, damage, it's a splash damage, so believe it or not, it will start like depleting the HP of the eyes in the stomach, and those are the ones that we want to deplete the most and even destroy them with the second flamer or third one. So after we end up with all the eyes that are on his hands and on his head, we're gonna fall down and we're gonna stick to his tail, because by sticking to his tail, he will never be able to attack us or hit us. Then when he's climbing up, we're gonna throw a Nero round, and this is the eye that we have to destroy. This is the last one. Then when we destroy it, we're gonna go to the door, we're gonna reload all our weapons, and we're gonna equip the grenade launcher with a Nero round. We're gonna stand up right on the side of the door, hugging the left side of the wall. And by doing this, when Jack appears and he grabs us, he won't inflict us damage. Otherwise, he can inflict you damage. Then we're gonna wait until the head is a little away from us. We're gonna throw an arrow round. We're gonna shoot him 2 times with the shotgun, and that's the fight. It's very important that you don't throw the arrow round when the head of Jack is very close to you, because in Resident Evil 7 the flame rounds and the arrow rounds can inflict you damage to yourself if you throw them when the enemy is very close to you. So always wait until his head is kind of away from you.
You want me to cure him?
Are you alright?
Yeah.
Come on. Mia's waiting for us.
I had to use one of them. There's only one left.
There's only one left. There can't just be one left.
What the hell are we gonna do now? It's fine. It was foolish thinking I could escape.
But Zoe,
Go! Both of you just go!
come with us. I'm sure there's someone who can help.
This is my home. Apparently I belong here.
I'll send help.
Don't bother. There won't be anyone left to help!
Ethan? Thank you.
Who the hell else was I gonna choose?
Ethan.
Mia, I know you've been through a lot. We need to talk. You had something to do with all this, didn't you? Look, I just want to know the truth.
Ethan, I honestly don't remember.
Try. Is that the boat? How the fuck did that get here? Oh, you're okay. What the hell was that?
What the fuck? What is that? What is that?
Mommy. This way.
Ethan? Ethan? Ethan! Oh! Ethan! Ethan!
Alright, so starting Mia section. At the beginning of this section, there's not much to do. It's only about walking and going to specific places in order to trigger some cutscenes and some events. But talking about Jack 3 again, I think I explained it very well. So, if by some reason you fall down when you're making the strut in the bridges, just stick to his tail when he's above you. Even when he's down and he's on your side, always stick to his tail, because Jack's AI will only attack you when you are in front of him or on his side. But if you stick to his tail, he will always miss, or he won't even able to tag you because he wants to face you before he can tag you, you know. So sticking to his tail is the backup strat.
They're dead. They're all dead. Angela, what the fuck are you talking about? She killed them all. What the hell is going on? We need some weapons. Is there any weapons on this ship? I don't know, but look, let's go this way. Maybe we can get out of here.
Are you remembering?
What? What are you?
Well, yeah. So at the end of Jack 3 boss fight, I tried to heal myself in order to show that I didn't get damage with Jack's grab, by the way. As I told at the beginning of the game, if you try to heal and the game doesn't allow you to heal, that means that you are full HP.
You said we could be a family.
What are you talking about?
Alright, so right here starts some important stuff. We're gonna open this door, we're gonna get close here, we're gonna look to the ceiling. When the molded drop down, we're gonna quick turn, we're gonna leave this room, we're gonna close the doors. We're gonna crouch, and we're gonna wait until that molded despawns. The sound is very, very important here. You're gonna watch some shadows of 4-leg moldeds in front of you, don't worry about them. You only have to wait and hear the despawn sound of the molded that is inside of the Roman rites, of Mia's rites. Once you hear it, you enter, you pick up the fuse and you leap. If you don't enter as soon as the molded despawn, there's a possibility that another molded can spawn. So you have to enter as soon as the molded despawn. So the 4-leg moldeds are patrolling on the sides, but don't worry about them. Like, they will never aggro to you because they are far away from you. You will only watch their shadows. Of course, if you go to them, they will aggro, right? But it's not necessary to go to them. Then we go to the past with the tape, and in the past there's more things to do with Mia and more enemies to deal with.
What? Why? Alan, you're getting worse.
She must have infected me during the attack. And I'm too far gone anyway.
but it serves me right. It's my fault she got out.
Yeah, it is your fault. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna let you die.
She didn't attack you?
It's part of her imprinting protocol. I can't believe this is happening.
Here. Take it. It has your tissue samples. You find her. You fix this.
Okay, Evie. Where are you?
Alright, so we pick up the ammunition, we equip the machine gun, the SMG. I think it's an SMG, I'm not really sure. It's a machine gun anyway. We're gonna pick up the ammunition right here, we're gonna crouch, we're gonna open these doors, like completely open them, and then we're gonna trigger this one. Like this little call. Because of the PC cutscene skipper, the call doesn't appear. There's also a way to skip the call completely without the cutscene skipper, and it's about a perfect frame of interacting with the mold in the floor. We're gonna stand up behind this table and we're gonna kill this molded from here. This is the safest way, because if for some reason you start missing shots and the molded get close to you, you just go around the table and you're gonna completely avoid that mold. So there are two ways to deal with the mold that will appear here. The elevator door open, we're gonna enter, then we're gonna leave, we're gonna go to the safe room. Just enter to the safe room and leave it. By doing that, you will always despawn this molded. You can kill that molded with the machine gun if you want to, but I think it's faster to just despawn him, because killing him, it's, I think, a little slower, so that's why I just despawn that enemy. So this machine gun works like an AK-47 of Counter-Strike, for all the people that play Counter-Strike. Like, kinda kicks you upside when you're a star, when you start shooting. You will watch it right now. Like, it kicks you upside, so you have to continue moving down, like aiming down while you are shooting. Otherwise, it will kick you upside and you will start missing shots because of that. So for all the people that plays Counter-Strike, we're gonna understand what I'm saying, that it works exactly the same as an AK-47. So we just kill those two moldeds, we pick up the bombs right here. We're gonna kill this molded that spawned in the door, in the entrance upside. Just kill him. There's a lot of ammunition, so don't worry about the ammunition. We're gonna even encounter more ammunition later. Alright, so first of all we have to go here, open this little entrance, and we're gonna pick up the, I think it's a corrosive fluid. I think it's called a corrosive fluid, yeah. With that we can open some certain doors that we don't have the key. Like, just melting it and we can open it. So right here, Mia will start walking, not running. Even if you try to run, you won't run. And in order to trigger Eveline's appearance in the door, you have to completely make a...
And I want you to be my mom.
Like, you have to rotate that part and then Evie will appear. Like, you are forced to do that, otherwise you cannot continue with the game.
Yes, but she ran off. She's making more friends, Alan. Those things
And then just wait for this dialogue.
Are you okay?
So when the dialogue ends, you will be able to open the door. Before that, you cannot open the door. Equip the bombs. And we're gonna leave it on the floor. You can only leave these bombs in the floor, by the way. Leave 2 of them, wait until the moldeds are very close, and just make them explode. With the keyboard, you make explode the bombs with the reload button, by the way. And then, just in case, you can start shooting with the machine gun. Just in case they still alive, but it's basically impossible that they will still alive, because that's why we put 2 bombs. If you put only 1, they will be alive, like with low HP, but they will be alive. Then we pick up all the items on that room that we opened with the corrosive fluid, excuse me. Kill this molded. After we kill him, we're gonna equip the bombs. We're gonna leave 2 right in this corner, like in the corner, right in the corner. It's very important to put them there. So by doing that, you will always inflict damage to the 2 moldeds that are there. And then just in case, check them with the machine gun. The moldeds sometimes die like moving, twisting in the floor, and maybe you will think they're still alive, but sometimes they die like that. Like that's a dead animation that they have. The way you can know if they are dead or they will stand up again is if you shoot, the shots will just pass through them and you will start shooting to the floor. That's the way you can know if they are completely dead in the floor and they are twisting. If they are twisting, you know. So we're gonna open the elevator, we're gonna climb, and there's only one more enemy we have to deal in the tape, and then we're gonna go back to the present with Mia. So we're gonna open this little box with the corrosive fluid, and there are 2 more bombs right here. We're gonna equip them, and we're gonna leave it in the floor right in the corner right here. So as I said, the bombs can only be placed in the floor. You cannot place them like on the wall or anything else, only in the floor, so you have to aim down in order to place them. Then we're gonna just climb up. It's very important that you go directly and climb up this entrance, this hall, because there's one mold that is spawning behind Mia right now, like behind Mia when she's climbing that hole in the ceiling. And yeah, that's safe Mia. Like the safest, more consistent way to deal with everything with Mia. In the present right now is like the hardest part of Mia.
How did you get here?
Where's Evie?
She's out of control. Without the treatments, she's deteriorating.
Well, it's a good thing I'm already dying.
Don't say that.
She trusts you. That little bitch, she never trusted. Okay, wait. Evie, no, Evie.
Alan,
I didn't mean
listen.
to call you that.
She's
Evie,
trying to take control. You have to fight her. Eveline, stop! Stop right now!
We'll be together forever.
So by the way, this enemy will never inflict you damage. It's only a cutscene that he will explode in front of you. Right, so we're again control of Mia. I'm gonna open the elevator. I'm gonna fall down and climb the ladder. Right now there are no enemies to deal with, so there's nothing very important to mention. So in the second section of Me and the Present, there's a way to deal everything without the machine gun. And that means that you won't have to backtrack to the specific place that I'm just going right now. But it's harder, and you have to learn how to dodge the moldeds. Because there's a 100% consistent way to dodge molded enemies. And it's about crouching when they are about to attack you, and crouching and going to the opposite side of the arm that they are attacking. But it's kind of complex, but it's 100% consistent if you do it correctly. And you have to learn that if you don't want to use the machine gun in the second part of Mia that is on this locker. Because the locker is closed, you need a key, and the key is, I think, on the second floor. And you have to go up with the ceiling if you want to pick it up. But in order to make everything more consistent and on the safest way, I'm just gonna pick up the machine gun. So we just fall down and we use this little bulb, you know, in order to open this hatch. Alright, so in this section, enemies start spawning. When you climb up and we go to the second floor, we're gonna pick up the knife. And there's one enemy in front of us, right? As soon as we enter to this room, that enemy will despawn. But I'm gonna pick up the corrosive fluid. See, that enemy despawn, but they will despawn again in other places. This part is kind of complex to explain, but the enemies spawn depending on the places that you enter or you stand up. For example, when you are here, the enemy will spawn outside around the corner. In Madhouse, you'll watch more of this and a manipulation of the spawn places of the enemies, because in Madhouse we're gonna encounter 2 fat moldeds in this part. And we're gonna use a lot of spawn places in every part of this section. Like spawn and despawn enemies all the time. But the enemy right now is around the corner, so we're gonna just equip one bomb, we're gonna put it in the floor. And he will always die with just one bomb. There's a very rare occasion where that enemy will never spawn right there, and he will spawn on the other side of the hallway. But that doesn't happen very often, and that depends where you enter to the other room. As I told you, it's about the places you visit, how it will inflict the spawn places of the enemies in this section. So after we pick up everything, we pick up the key. We're just not gonna go to the 4th floor, we're gonna go to the 1st floor. Because right here we're gonna use again the spawn and despawn places manipulation. There's one 4-leg molded on the right side of Mia right now, but as soon as we enter here, he will despawn and he will go to the other side of the hallway and will give us free pathway right here. We're gonna pick up the fuse, we're gonna wait right here, and you have to hear one little scream of a 4-leg molded. That little scream, it means that the 4-leg molded spawn on other place of this part, and he will be patrolling other part of this section, and we will have enough space and time to just go around, pick up everything, and leave this place. If you don't wait for the scream, the 4-leg molded will be on the side of this door that we just entered, and of course he will attack you. So it's very important. In order to hear what the scream I'm talking about, just go and watch the no commentary version of this run, and you will hear the scream right there, because my voice won't be like muting the sound of the game, you know. So just go and watch the no commentary version of this part, like just put the same timestamp and you will watch it. You will hear it, excuse me. So after that, we're just gonna climb up and go to the 4th floor in order to pick up the machine gun. Alright, so right here is very important how you fall down. You have to fall down like this. If you go to the right side right now of Mia, like on the other side of this part, one 4-leg molded will spawn. But if you go like I just did, like you follow the same path, the same route, the 4-leg molded will never spawn, and only this molded will spawn. We're not gonna close the door when we saw the molded coming to us. I'm just gonna make some item management because I like to have the machine gun on the 1st slot. And we're just gonna explode the bomb when the molded is on the floor. We're just gonna open the door, and that's all. The 4-leg molded appearance is only if you go to the right as soon as you fall down from the ceiling. So that's very, very important, and don't mess with that 4-leg molded, because you will have to waste another bomb, and you don't want that because you need bombs right now for fat molded that will appear right now. This blade molded that is on the floor is not really a threat, just continue shooting him. Always wait for the kick of the recoil of the weapon, and like always aiming down, you know. Like not let the kick move your aiming up. Alright, so I'm gonna leave the bombs right here because this is the place where the fat molded spawn. He specifically spawned right there. We're gonna get close here and we're gonna make explode, and that will inflict him enough damage, and we're gonna end him with the machine gun. And he will be dead. I think he's dead right now. No, he's not dead. Yeah, he's dead. And he's dead. Always wait until he stops vomiting, of course, after you make the bombs explode. And then just pick up this cable and leap. The fat molded is the only enemy that you have to deal with on normal difficulty on this section. There's one strong chem fluid, by the way, right there. So the chem fluid, like the yellow one, only works. It's only worth to make heals, and I think to make fuel, if I'm not wrong. But we don't need both of them, so that's why I never pick up chem fluid. I only pick up the strong chem fluid. And the separate agent, that is the blue one, will be worth it for Madhouse, not for normal. What basically it does is you can like retrieve the ingredients of any item. Like for example, if you use the separate agent on, I don't know, a heal, you'll retrieve a chem fluid. Things like that, you know.
He's waiting.
Alright, so we are on the same place that we were in the past on the tape, but the molded will spawn right around this corner, so we're just gonna aggro him, we're gonna quick turn once we arrive to the wall, and we're gonna start shooting him while we go backwards onto the left side. This molded is very weak for some reason, so he won't take you too much ammunition to be killed. Then we pick up the bomb, and there's one 4-leg molded right here. We're just gonna leave one bomb in the floor. We're gonna wait until he'll get close, and we're just gonna make it explode. If he jumps, also make it explode, because the explosion has a very long range and gonna kill him in the air anyway. You can kill him with the machine gun if you want, but it's kinda risky and it's kinda harder because you have to wait for the kick to not let you go up with the aiming, and you have to force the aiming down. We're gonna leave one bomb for this blade molded. We're gonna make it explode, and he's dead. So for this fat molded, I like to leave the bombs right here, but there's a chance that he will make them explode with vomit, because as soon as you spawn him, he will start vomiting, and he just make all the bombs explode, as maybe you notice. So the backup strat is just go to the hallway before the elevator, like this hallway, and by coming here, you will despawn that fat molded. So that's the backup strat. I didn't found a 100% consistent place to place the bombs, so that's why that's the place that I like to put them. Sometimes he won't make them explode. If he doesn't make them explode, once you watch him and he's around the corner on the stairs, you make explode the bombs and you just finish him with the machine gun, and of course he will do that. You will kill him. Bad backup strat is like I just did if that doesn't happen. So it's good that the bomb strat didn't work. And I'm gonna use the corrosive fluid right here because I want to leave Ethan to bombs, because all the items that you have right now in the present with Mia will be left for Ethan. So those 2 bombs will be for Ethan, and those 2 bombs are the most important things for Ethan right now. For a specific place in the salt mines.
Ethan? Hey, shh. I know. I'm not gonna hurt you. Hell, I never would have if I could have helped you.
What do you mean?
I'm no killer, son. Neither is Marguerite, nor my boy Lucas, or even Zoe here. That girl, Eveline, she did this.
What the hell is she? Now, what did she do to you?
She infected us with her gift. That's what she calls it. I found her near a busted out tanker in the bayou. Everything changed after that.
So she infects you and then she takes control?
No. Not exactly, son. She just... She forces her way into your mind, your soul. You can't fight back. You are connected to her, and you can't resist the urge to... Oh, you're a different person after that.
Just like Mia. So Mia sent me that message because of Eveline.
Listen, the girl just wants a family of her own. She's the key, all right? You find her, and you stop her. Ethan, free my family. Please.
Eveline, stay away from him.
Why? He doesn't love you. I can make him love you.
Don't hurt him.
Lily, I told you I'm not gonna hurt him.
Don't you dare.
So what? You're not my mommy. Remember?
Mia, how?
There's no time. You have to get out of here and find her. Here, take this.
What? Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Saving your life. You need to go. I won't be able to resist for much longer.
No.
Alright, so once we regain control of Ethan, not much to do right now, it's only about walking and go to the item box in order to pick up all our weapons, and then we have to deal with enemies, so right now it's just about walking. But as I told you, all the items that we have with Mia in the present, not in the tape, in the present, because all the items they have in the tape, that will vanish, that doesn't matter. But all the items, ammunition, bombs, everything that you encounter with Mia in the present will be left for Ethan, like they will be in the item box. So that's a very interesting thing about this game. Like a no item box in this game, it's basically a 3-use item box because you are forced to use the item box 3 times. Before the Lucas section, after the Lucas section, and on this section. Otherwise you won't have any ammunition, right? And you cannot make this game without any weapons. There's no way to do it because you have to deal with bosses. So that's why a no item box, it's basically a 3-use item box. And that's why maybe you will watch a lot of videos of no item box in this game and they will use the item box 3 times. Because those 3 item usage are forced. So we're gonna pick up the bomb, the handgun, the shotgun, the machine gun, the grenade launcher, all the ammunition that we have. No New Game Plus items, of course. And right here I'm just gonna make more flame rounds. I think in a little, I believe, but yeah, I'm gonna make more flame rounds. But it's important that you have the bombs on your like item slots, like quick selection buttons. You know, in keyboard it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or the scroll button of the mouse. On controller, I think it's the D-pad, how you can quick select weapons. But anyway, I like to kill these enemies with the enhanced ammunition of the handgun. And if one gets very, very close to you, just equip the shotgun and finish him with the shotgun. Then after we kill these 4 moldeds, we're just gonna go directly to this button, because the other 2 moldeds will only spawn when you get close to this button and when you get close to the elevator. But You can just open it and enter and leap, and they will never have enough time to attack you. If you don't feel very comfortable, just kill them if you want to. And there are items around the elevator, of course, so you can do it. So right here I just equip normal handgun ammunition because I'm gonna destroy one bomb that is in front of Ethan that can inflict him damage, that one. And then I'm gonna exchange to enhanced ammunition, I'm gonna equip the machine gun, I'm gonna kill this 4-leg molded with the machine gun. You can kill him with a flame round if you want to, but always wait until he completely falls down from the ceiling, otherwise you won't inflict him damage, of course. Then destroy this box, equip the shotgun, pick up the shotgun shells, and shoot these enemies in the chest. Boom, boom, and leap. Reload and continue running. Of course they're gonna stand up and they're gonna start following you, and that's why the bombs are very important. Equip the bombs, leap one right on this corner, like on this corner, and one right here. Once you're about to arrive to this minecart, just make them explode and start pushing it. So there are two main reasons why we leave those bombs. One, because of the enemies that are following us. And the second one, and the most important one, it's because there is one 4-leg molded that will spawn behind Ethan when he enters to the tunnel. So that's why we need, and it's kind of mandatory to have the bombs to make this more consistent and on an easy weight. If the minecart doesn't kill all the enemies, because that can happen sometimes, and it will depend how the enemies rush to you, and they maybe will be on the right side of the minecart. Just kill them with the shotgun, but the 4-leg molded will always die, so don't worry about the 4-leg molded. And right here we're gonna make the necrotoxin with the sample that Mia gave us when Mia's section ends. Just gonna make some item and arrangement right here. This is about preferences, I told you. I like to have the grenade launcher in the 4. And last section of it and starts right now. So there's one never round right here, and also flame rounds right here. So there are many ways to do this section, this last section of Ethan. On normal. I like to kill all the enemies, and that's because, well, almost all the enemies. And that's because I don't like to have enemies behind me when I'm trying to deal with enemies in front of me, excuse me. So that's why I'm just gonna kill all the enemies, except the last two fat moldeds. I'm not gonna kill the fat moldeds. So right here I'm just gonna trigger the enemies right here. Once they trigger, I'm gonna throw one flame round. Then I'm gonna exchange to the shotgun. I'm just gonna finish them with the shotgun. So be careful, because these moldeds are very troll and they like to stumble, and they would go to the right or to the left side when you are aiming to their heads, and of course they will make you miss. Like they like to dodge. And if you don't shoot directly to the head, like on this molded, you won't kill them. Like I'm missing a lot of shots, but I deplete his damage completely without decapitating him, and he's dead. Then there are 3 moldeds right here. Reload your flame rounds, reload your machine gun and your shotgun, equip the machine gun, and right here what I do is I'm gonna stand up right in this corner on the left side. I'm gonna start shooting this molded that is in front of me, and once he's a little closer, I'm gonna equip the flame rounds. And once the 4-leg molded appears, I'm just gonna throw the flame round, because the flame round would always one-shot the 4-leg molded. And of course you're gonna kill the other molded because I deplete his HP. Then I'm gonna equip the shotgun and start decapitating this blade molded. Right here there are no more enemies, excuse me. So we can pick up these items on these boxes completely free. I'm gonna reload one flame round again. And I'm gonna wait until this 4-leg molded completely spawn and start rushing to me. I'm gonna throw the flame round, and that will kill him. Gonna equip the shotgun and gonna start decapitating these moldeds. I'm missing shots again because I'm not decapitating this enemy. I think I decapitated him now. And I just like to wait right in this corner, because in this corner the moldeds kind of stumble to me without trying to dodge the shots. And right there I'm missing shots because they are very close to me. I missed the shot on the second one, so that's why the third one was very close to me, and that was kind of dangerous. Or I think I just missed the third one. But anyway, just take your time. Do not get greedy. Do not get overconfident. Right here I'm gonna throw... Oh no, this is not my house, excuse me. I'm just gonna exchange my grenade launcher to narrow rounds. And there are 2 fat molded that will spawn in front of Ethan right now. When they completely spawn, throw the Nero round to this one, and then just continue running. Do not worry about them, because the Nero round will slow them down, and they won't be able to attack you or throw you vomit. And you are free to go up the ladder and leave this place without killing them. And yeah, that's the last section of Ethan, and right now it only comes Eveline's section with some cutscenes. Excuse me, some cutscenes before that. You can mess up and get damage with Eveline, like avoidable damage, by the way, because it's a very specific strat that you have to use in order to avoid the damage of Eveline. I'm gonna explain that later.
I'm sure of it. It's not here. It's gone. It's gone!
So right here there's a chance of watch Ethan's face. I'm gonna throw a frame run in order to do that, because that will give some light and you can watch Ethan's face just by doing that.
This is your fault.
What? Ethan, it's okay. It's okay, it's me. I know you didn't mean to hurt me.
Kill him, Mommy.
But you shouldn't have done that! It fucking hurts!
He doesn't want to be my daddy? Then he can die. Now it's Mommy's turn to kill you. You're gonna be one of us. And then maybe you'll play nicely.
I'm not playing.
No! Get that away from me!
Alright, let's explain about Eveline's first encounter. So Eveline will start making shock waves, and if you don't block the shock waves, Ethan will fall down. The shock waves will always inflict damage, and that's force damage, but there's a way to only receive 2 damage, like only 2 shock waves, and that's about when you have to block the first shock wave, then you have to start running and go to the left side, excuse me, and block the second one. And in order to not receive a first shock wave,
You.
Why does everyone hate me?
Goodbye, Eveline.
It hurts! It hurts! It hurts! Damn you! Damn you all to hell!
it's because you stand up right in front of the wall on the left side, and the wall will avoid you to go backwards anymore, and you will be like on the exact space between you and Eveline, and you can inject them the necrotoxin. Because if you receive the third shockwave, of course that's avoidable damage, and that will invalidate a no damage run. So you are only allowed to receive 2 shockwaves and 2 damage on that specific part. And then on the attic fight of Eveline's head, you just have to stand up on the corner on the left side and start making quick shots and crouch. Because with the crouch you can avoid the tentacle attack. Not this one, the one that it was before in the attic, by the way. Because this is force damage, you cannot avoid this, even if you start shooting all your weapons. And that skip of the tentacle damage with Eveline in the attic was encountered, I think, in 2022. I'm not sure. But anyway, once she picks you up, she gonna bitch slap you 2 more times. 1 and 2. And then after she will say, I only wanted a family. And after that you can shoot her 4 times with the enhanced ammunition and she will throw you. If you don't shoot after that, of course she will kill you. And it's game over. So only shoot her 4 times. If you don't have enhanced ammunition, you can shoot her with a machine gun or with a shotgun. It doesn't matter. But always 4 enhanced ammunition will make her throw you. Then pick up the Albert. By the way, this arm is called for Wesker. That's why it's called Albert. Pick it up and start shooting her in the head. She likes to cover herself with her tentacles. In normal, it's not really a big deal. You will always kill her. Like, you won't be out of ammunition unless you shoot to other sides, you know. But if you always try to shoot her to her head, you will kill her, and that's Resident Evil 7. No damage, no save, no damage on normal difficulty.
The fuck took you guys so long?
Ethan?
Mia. You made it. I'm glad.
Did I?
They say that when one door closes, another opens. Well, a door closed tonight. And what a long night it was. But not just for me. Mia and I weren't the only victims here. So were the Bakers. It was that thing, Eveline, who made them that way. But now Eveline's dead. And these guys are here to clean up the mess. I had just come to terms with losing Mia. But now she's back and wants to start over. Put all this behind us. Maybe this is where the next door opens.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. This was Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, no save, no damage on normal difficulty. Playing on the PC version of the game. On the last update of the game, like the ray tracing update of the game. If you like the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I have a lot of Resident Evil no save, no damage runs in my channel. I also stream on Twitch, and I made runs there and then I uploaded to YouTube with commentary, you know. But yeah, so big shout outs to two of my good friends, Becheras and Acecard, because they helped me with this run a lot, and I also use a lot of the strats from Ether's video. I'm gonna leave his video in the description below and also in a card right now. But yeah, so thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Hope you like, hope you enjoy, hope you learn if you're trying this run. I'm Aris, and I see you next time.
To him and he
you.